All right, y'all. I don't know what happened to my internet connection, but it just died. But anyway, I think it has something to do with the weather. I've been having problems with my internet for the last couple days. But back to what I was saying. Talking about money and power and how people use their power to get what they want. And this is in light of Oprah's Golden Globe speech. And then I'm going to navigate on to Dr. Umar. Yeah, Dr. Umar. Let's get back to Oprah first before I travel on to Dr. Umar. Oprah, billionaire, clearly. When you want, let's just compare and contrast quickly. Who we have in office now and everything Oprah could be in 2020. At least one of the two people is a legit billionaire. It like has established thriving companies, pays her debts, pays her taxes, pays the people she employs, has not filed bankruptcy. Let's talk about that. Okay? If the criteria for Americans right now, and what our standard is as far as who we want in the Oval Office. Let me just give you just a little bit of background about me, who I am, what I do. Outside of blogging about Black consumer, supporting Black-owned businesses, interviewing entrepreneurs, writing blog posts, reviewing products, things of that nature, my full-time job is in government relations. I love my job. I love my job, and it has made it difficult for me to transition into full-time entrepreneurship because I like my job. I wish I could say I was one of those people who, you know, I'm tired of my job. They're getting on my last black nerve. I'm going to just go and start my own business. I started multiple different businesses just because I have a passion for a lot of other things, but I have a full-time job that I actually enjoy. And I'm in government relations. And three things that I've learned from in government relations is, one, democracy works. It absolutely works. We have a structure that works, and it works well, but it only works for certain groups of people. And we want to live under this misconception that government only works for white people. That's not the case. Government works for people who have money, period, point blank. The second thing that I've learned is that every day, Monday through Friday from 9 to 5, I am seeing pockets of people getting their needs met because they are in the face of their local legislators. Period. That's it. You want to start a business in a state and you need funding, you want government contracts, you want better sidewalks out in front of your brick and mortar store, whatever it is, like, you partner with your local legislators, whether it's city council, whether it's Senate, Congress, whoever. I see people every single day getting their needs met because democracy works. It does. What I've noticed, and that goes on to point 3, is that the reason why it does not for Black people is because we are not organized. We're not organized. We don't have an agenda. We throw our leaders under every bus. We throw them under tanks, actually. We criticize, we critique, and it's normally the people with the loudest criticisms. They're the ones who have no agenda and no plan whatsoever. They got something to say about the person who is trying to do something, the person who wants to make a difference, who wants to make a change, but they themselves have no plan, they have no platform, they have no money. And that is what I see on my full-time job every day. So when I got up this morning and I sat down because I really wanted to fully digest everything that Oprah had to say, she almost made me throw my damn computer out the window. She campaigned. I don't know if that was just an acceptance speech. I don't know if that was just a shout out, to the women who were brave enough to say, I'm tired of being hit on. I'm tired of y'all grabbing me, touching me, sending me lewd emails, making, sexual references about me. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of it. And I'm no longer going to allow you to fully take advantage of me and the other women who are coming behind me. My only angst about the whole Me Too movement is we have to learn how to, or just be brave enough to speak up when we first experience something that we know is not right. I know that we have bills. I know we have kids. I understand all of that fully because I'm a single mom and I got a child and I got all this don't pay for itself. All this hair don't pay for itself. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm absolutely miserable every day to pay for these things, where someone is like basically sexually assaulting me every single day. And then I also have to take into consideration all of the women who are coming behind me that this man or the men are going to treat just as bad or even worse. I understand, not wanting to speak up and being fearful, but 20, 30, 40 years later, I don't know if that's fear or if that's comfortability, where now I'm making the kind of money where I don't have to fear any kind of loss. Now I'm brave enough to speak out. I can't differentiate. And this is coming from a woman who has been harassed in high school, in middle school, through college, on jobs. So this is not a woman who is standing on the outside judging other women who have been, brutally attacked, or, the side remarks or the locker room talk around the water cooler. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that I've felt that pain, absolutely felt that pain. But I just want, if it were my daughter, I would want her to speak up immediately. Because you can find another job. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely. But don't sit there and take sexual assault because you want to move up the corporate ladder. It's not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it. But I'm here for everything that Oprah had to say. If she decides to run in 2020, I hope she wins. Can we do any worse? At this point, can we do any worse? How hard is it if I'm seeing regularly poor white people saying, I think billionaire is going to look out for me? I mean, I struggle with that. Like how dense can you be? Like, seriously, he's not looking out for you. He is looking out for his. But what I'm noticing is that white people are okay being poor as long as they don't see people of color making more than them, advancing beyond them. That is what I'm noticing. And it's unfortunate for them, for their bruised egos, their threat against white privilege. But Black people progressing is a force that you're not going to be able to stop. I'm not even sorry about that. Like, I'm absolutely unapologetic about that. We getting degrees, we starting businesses, we out here doing our thing, and there is absolutely nothing that you can do about it outside of civil war. Try us if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it, but try us if you want to. So if you right now are a person who is struggling, you're in debt, you're not financially secure, it's basically, at this point, I'm talking to my Caucasian people, it is basically your fault. Absolutely. Who you have in office is not looking out for you. He is not going to make it any better for you. I'm sorry. So be prepared for 2020. And that's if the DNC can get itself together, galvanize, organize, get a candidate, pump them, prime them, prepare them now, so that we be fully informed, we're fully organized, and that we will run out to these polls. I cannot stress enough that voting works. It works. I understand that we have the Electoral College and a whole bunch of other things, but this is the greatest nation on the planet for a reason, because everything that has made this society great has come from people of color. White people have offered next to nothing to current culture. I mean, advances in medicine, mathematics, astrology, science, entertainment, arts, sports come from people of color. But the only reason why we're not capitalizing on that is because we don't own anything. So if we can elect a quote unquote billionaire, reality TV star, I see a problem with us putting a talk show host in the White House. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. She's talking about truth to power. And this is where I'm going to segue into what I noticed today with Dr. Umar Johnson, because he's from Philadelphia. I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. His psychology certification has come into question, and he was in my city today. Basically trial by fire. And what was disturbing about the whole thing? What is disturbing about the whole thing? Number one is he's only in this position because of people of color. Everybody that is your color is not your kind, period. I'm not a huge, ginormous fan of Umar Johnson by any stretch of the imagination. I don't necessarily agree with every single thing that he says. But when it comes to a black man speaking with passion about what he believes in, and he believes in educating young black boys, I'm here for it. I'm not necessarily here for his greater than great ego. I'm not necessarily here for his views on polygamy. I'm not necessarily here for a lot of the other things that he says. But I personally love a black man who believes wholeheartedly in what it is that he believes in and does not have a problem with saying, this is what I believe in. He's unapologetic, and that is what I love about him. I might not like everything that he says, but his conviction, I love that about him. And if you've ever studied for any type of degree or certification, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a GED. I don't care if it's an associate, a bachelor's, a master's, a doctorate degree. I don't care if it's a certification to become a barber, a cosmetologist, a nail technician. I don't care what it is. If you've had to study to show yourself approved, what is happening to Dr. Umar Johnson, you should be absolutely offended by. I watched the recording of his, I can't even really call it a trial, but he had to go up against matter of fact, I wrote it down. He had to go up against the state board here in the state of Pennsylvania, who is accusing him of practicing psychology without a license. But Dr. Umar is a certified school psychologist. He prides himself, on his degrees, so forth and so on. It was later confirmed this summer for all the people who had taken issue with, is he a doctor? Isn't he a doctor? Listen, how y'all out here judging Dr. Umar and y'all watching Dr. Phil at the same time? I mean, I need y'all to really make up y'all mind here. Seriously. We constantly throw our leaders under the bus. We disqualify them. If you can't see from this last election that people will galvanize around a person based on the issue, not the person, Black people as a whole, we are never going to progress. Never going to progress. We need to focus on the issue. They are killing us in the street, poisoning our water, poisoning our food, gentrifying our communities. They're imprisoning our children. What is it about what's going on today that y'all are so comfortable with that every person who stands up, y'all want to shoot them down? I need y'all to explain. Somebody talk to me and help me understand this. Focus on the issue, not the person. We're never going to have a perfect leader. Absolutely. It's just not going to happen. But we have to take what we can get and support them and encourage them to do right. And as far as I'm concerned, Dr. Umar wants to do right. You know, he wants to do right by young Black boys. I don't care nothing about strippers. I don't care nothing about girlfriends. I don't care nothing about the Hotep beef. I don't care anything about that. But if you, like I said, if you've gone to any other, you know, trying to get some type of formal education, trying to get any kind of advanced degree, and you're watching like on the sidelines what is happening to Dr. Umar and you're not outraged, something is seriously wrong with you. Oprah is talking about speaking truth to power, and here we have a Black man who wants to speak truth to power. We don't want to support that. We are hung up on what's going on with this school. I didn't donate. Flat out. I didn't donate. So I don't have a problem. And that's what I think other people need. They need to get to that place. If you did not donate, hush. You didn't donate. So why are you worried about where the money at? You didn't donate. If Dr. Umar was absolutely doing something wrong, I think the IRS would have swooped in by now and arrested old boy. Period. There are GoFundMe accounts for people who want to go to All-Star Weekend, GoFundMe accounts for pole dancing classes, GoFundMe accounts for thought training, GoFundMe accounts for all kinds of other crap. Y'all donated to a little boy who cried about bullying, being bullied, and his little ass was racist. Listen, I need people to really think and really just use just a little bit of common sense sometimes. Yes, Dr. Umar is raising all this money for this school. And everybody's saying it don't take all that, it don't take all that. You're absolutely right. He opened up a classroom. He didn't have to open up a whole school with a little bit of money that he do got. He could have served 4 kids and went on about his business. But that's not what he wants to do. Obviously, he has this great big vision that's going to cost a whole lot of money, and he does not want any government oversight. And I don't think people are really taking into consideration how much it's going to cost to open a school, to have staff, to pay staff, to insure staff, insure the facility, to insure kids that are there. Like that stuff costs money. We're not even talking about books, curriculum, supplies. We are just talking about what it costs to operate a school, period. When you look at your public schools and how underfunded they are, because you probably live in a community where there is no one paying a tax base because everybody's unemployed, that right there should let you even just think about how much it costs to open a school. I didn't donate, so I don't care. I'm just grateful that somebody is stepping up saying, this is what the problem is, and I have a solution. Everybody else is complaining, offering nothing but commentary. Nothing but commentary. And if you are great or you're attempting to do something great, expect to be criticized. That is probably Dr. Umar's biggest problem and a lesson he could probably learn from Oprah. Oprah ain't on Facebook, ain't on YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, or Instagram confronting people who are criticizing her. Because she's Oprah. When you walk in greatness, you don't have time to talk to your distractors. Because if you're constantly talking to your distractors, you're never getting anything done. You're never bringing your vision to any realization because you're too busy talking to the people who are doubting you, who are trying to throw you under the bus. But what I witnessed today in that courtroom was a reach. When I say these people are coming for him, they are coming for him. The only evidence that they had that they wanted to use against him to accuse him of practicing psychology without a license was 2 videos of him doing an interview at the Breakfast Club and an old screenshot of his website. I'm thinking they got like old clients that he had to testify to say he was counseling them, or some kind of record or like a receipt or something. They came with this club interviews. I'm at a loss for words. Like, if that does not outrage you, something is wrong with you. Because if it's happening to Dr. Umar, you are next. They want to silence us. Net neutrality is about keeping us ignorant. People who are like trying to advance, trying to progress, and trying to move the Black community forward, he's not going to be the last, y'all. He's not. Someone else somewhere is going to come under attack in the same form and in the same fashion with weak evidence, and you should be appalled, and you should be outraged, and you should be angry, and you should be upset. Now, I didn't go because I felt like it was going to be like a Hotep meeting, and then I wasn't qualified to attend the Hotep meeting. You know, after he went to court, there were a lot of things that he said that they wanted to try to use against him. And it was painful to watch that he went with no legal representation, no attorney, no anything. He held his own, but he asked a lot of questions that I think would have been more appropriate if were he to have a lawyer with him, which didn't really give him the kind of leverage that he should have had, because this whole case is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. They didn't bring up the GoFundMe count. They never brought up the money. It's all about, is he practicing as a psychologist without a license? And he's mentioned on the Breakfast Club that he is a certified school psychologist, doctor of clinical psychology, which, again, over the summer, this has already been confirmed that he is going to college. He's gotten these degrees. I really don't know what else people want from him. But in the state of Pennsylvania, if you are a certified school psychologist and you're employed, you have the right to practice privately, which is what he does. Now, he does not do any work outside of schools. So the only other thing that they could really bring against him was his public speaking, any trainings that he's done, any independent evaluations that he's done for other school districts. Other school districts have contracted him to do independent evaluations of kids. He even sat with an investigator back in 2014, back in 2015 for the Bureau of Professional Affairs. They didn't even bring that into evidence. It was 2 videos from the Breakfast Club and a screenshot of his website. If this is what they're doing to Dr. Umar, just imagine the receipts that they are going to try to bring up on Oprah. So I'm going to bring all this to a close. And this is what I'm going to say. There's no more pivot for Black people to get an agenda, whatever that may be. I don't know if we need to have, private meetings individually in each state, vote on, 50 representatives, y'all come together at a central location and talk it out. I don't know, but we need an agenda. This idea of us being equal is never going to happen, and I'm going to tell you why. Because there's no such thing. There's no such thing as equality. There's always going to be a CEO, and there's always going to be a janitor. Always. What we need to be fighting for is equity. That's what we need to be fighting for. Yes, there's a CEO. Yes, there's a janitor. That doesn't make them equal. But equity means that janitor has every right to eventually become his very own CEO. And we are going to need as many Black business owners, influential Black people, billionaires, trillionaires, millionaires, thousandaires, hundredaires, to put our resources together, because that's the only way people get elected. We need to pull our money. We need to pull our resources. We need the best of the best to come together and create an agenda, period. I don't care where y'all do it. I don't care how you do. I don't care if it's a phone call. I don't care if it's a Skype. I don't care if it's a survey monkey. I don't care what y'all do. What I'm saying is that we need to have an agenda, because that Oprah said right now, like we can ride that out for the next 2 years, but it is not going to make a difference if we do not have an agenda. We want to clap. We want to rejoice. We want to high five. We want to say, go girl. We want to say black girl magic. We want all of that. But it is not going to matter if we do not have an agenda. If we don't have an agenda, what is going to happen in 2020 is what the hell happened in 2017, November 2016. That's what's going to happen if we don't have an agenda, period. I'm here for women's liberation. I'm not here for feminism. I'm going to tell y'all that flat out. I'm okay. You know, y'all who are, do you. I'm not going to stand, even though I'm not for it, I'm not going to stand in your way. But what I'm tired of seeing is I'm tired of seeing black women in the role as the cleanup lady. The men go out here, mess everything up, and then we got to come in with capes and brooms and dustpans and legislation and inventions and apps and everything else and save the damn day. I'm over it. I'm over being defensive. I'm here for the offense. We need to organize. However we do it, I don't care how we do it. We need to stop being so critical of our leaders, especially those who have a plan. When you don't have a plan, we need to stop being so critical of our leaders. We need to stop being so critical and stop trying to silence people who have a voice, who want to use that voice. We need to put aside our differences. We got African spirituality. We got the church. We got the hoteps. We got the Black Republicans. We got the millennials. We got the 80s babies. We got the baby boomers. Damn all that. Forget all these categories and these titles and kill that. We need to come together, because I don't want to see another black boy walking in his own damn community, shot in his back with a can of tea and a bag of Skittles. That is what I don't want to see. No one is coming to save us. No one. We need to get it together, and sooner rather than later. So take everything that Oprah said, everything that Dr. Umar is going through, put those two things together and get mad. Get mad enough to act. Get mad enough to run for office. Get mad enough to go door to door to get signatures so that the people who do want to run can get on the ballot. Get mad. Get pissed off. Get sick and tired of being sick and tired. Do not get comfortable. Do not get complacent. Do not just continue to go with the flow and Snapchat, you riding in the car or Instagramming or direct messaging. Don't get comfortable. This is not the time to get comfortable, because war is definitely on the horizon. If you can't tell, I mean, I don't know what else to say to you. Either you're not paying attention, or we're crying stay woke and y'all still want to sleep. I don't know what else we need to do or what else we need to say, but get it together. Get it together. We can't just be going to Essence Fest, y'all. We can't. We can't. We don't have that kind of time right now. Get mad. Get mad enough to act. Find somebody that you do support and support the hell out of them. Donate, host a fundraiser, give money, volunteer, do whatever it is that you need to do so that we don't have a repeat of what it is that we're going through right now. Is the stock market doing well? Absolutely. But guess what? If it wasn't for slavery, there'd be no Wall Street. We built all of this. This is not the time for us to lose it. This is not the time for us to just give up. This is not the time for us to just say, what we've gotten is all we're going to get, and this is more than enough. Absolutely not. There's no way that you could have heard what Oprah had to say at the Golden Globes last night and you do not feel energized and you don't feel like I need to do my part or I need to step up. Take everything that you heard Oprah say, everything that Dr. Umar is going through, put them together, put a plan into action, do what you need to do, because if we don't, the Black community is going to suffer, and we are the ones who have invested the most in this nation. I'm not here to take a loss. I don't know about nobody else. I'm not here to take a L. Absolutely not. So Oprah, somebody go and tag Oprah, call Oprah, somebody tweet her, do something, let her know. We here for you. Absolutely. We here for you. Somebody tag Dr. Umar, let him know. We don't like everything you do, but what you're going through in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is a disgrace. It is absolutely a disgrace. 2 videos from the Breakfast Club and a screenshot of his website. That's all they had to try to accuse this man of practicing psychology without a license, even though he is a certified school psychologist. And before I close, I do want to put emphasis on the fact that throughout the entire court proceeding, they referred to him as Dr. Johnson. Respect that man. Whether you like him or not, respect that man. Whether you think he ain't doing right, ain't living right, at the end of the day, that man studied, earned his degree, and half of y'all ain't graduate high school. So I'm gonna need y'all to cut it out. I'm gonna finish drinking my drink, and then I'm going to hell sleep. So I'm gonna check y'all out. Make sure you visit my website, www.minorityreporttvshow.com. There you will find in-depth interviews, Black entrepreneurs, product service reviews, blog posts, all kinds of stuff. Check it out. Follow me here on Facebook. I'm on Twitter as mreport_TV. I'm on Instagram as Minority Report 717, and I will check y'all out next time.